Tell
Well,
us.
I grew up in the South, and I heard things white people would say, like light-skinned blacks are more intelligent. This is known as the mulatto hypothesis. And it's a very arrogant assumption on the part of whites that if they have some white blood in them, then that makes them smarter because they're more like us. Or you hear other things like dark-skinned black men are more criminally dangerous, more sexually driven. And there are all these crazy myths that exist in the white community about African Americans on the basis of their skin color.
Just black men are attracted to light-skinned black women with long hair. Do you believe that, Kathy Russell?
Despite progress in other areas of civil rights, Shadeism quietly continues to thrive, particularly in countries where lighter-skinned and white-skinned people discriminate against those with darker skin tone. However, there are still deep-rooted issues that persist and continue to plague our society. One such issue is Shadeism or colorism, which is the discrimination based on the shade of a person's skin. It is a highly complex social phenomenon that affects people of color worldwide. The resurgence of racism in our community and around the world is a cause of concern. And Shadeism is an indicator of a deep-seated prejudice that still exists today. It can affect people, educational opportunities, job prospects, and social interaction, among other things. Many individuals with dark skin are often subject to negative stereotypes and face discrimination in various forms. We will dive into the origin of Shadeism, its prevalence in modern society, and how it perpetuates inequality. We will also explore the possible reasons for its persistence and the effort being made to combat it. There are people who are working very hard to combat the Shadeism, as you can hear it.
See, and it's a strange thing. I have been everything from light to dark, and it really depends on who you're sitting next to. If I'm sitting next to this gentleman, I become lighter. If I'm sitting next to someone that's lighter than I become dark.
Whiteness further reinforces the stereotype that dark-skinned represent savagery, irrationality, ugliness, and inferiority, while whiteness represents civility, rationality, beauty, and superiority. Recent research has shown that people consistently prefer lighter skin tone for dating and marriage, and they do associate with more positive traits that dark skin tone has. Even among groups with typical darker skin tones, such as individuals with African descent, Asian, South American, this is leading to a phenomenon referred to as complexion. This is a homogenomy.
Whether black men admit it or not, they feel light-skinned women are more attractive than dark-skinned, and they'd rather see long hair than a short afro because that's closer to white women. That comes from being inundated with media from the time you're born that constantly fed you the white woman as the image of beauty. That's both conscious and unconscious, said Mr. Lee. But on the whole, talking to my friends and knowing men, I see that a premium is put on light-skinned sisters with long hair.
The persistent preference for lighter skin tone has been distributed to a rewarding, and this is penalizing the system exerted by the dominant society group in countries with history of slavery, and personalized system exerted by dominant society group in countries with a history of slavery, such as the United States. This is the root leading cause of police brutality and mass incarceration in the so-called democratic countries. I wonder if obligating white supremacy will bring an end to racism. You are there, you listen to me, you tell me. If we just wipe it up, will that mean that we're taking out the racism that we are dealing with? Unfortunately for you, I'm going to tell you that that is a no. Because human beings tend to believe in what they want to believe. The news, the media, and everything that they want to believe, that's what they want to get. They want to hear what is good for them. what is beneficial. Although it may not be the good thing, but this is what they want anyway. They want it. If they want it, it feels good, give it to them. That's what they want. That's why some people with criminal and racism mindset are getting to the high seat, high power, high function of the state. And people are giving that state are people who are educated, just like you who's listening to me now. And you're going to do that. You're going to give it to them, although you know this is something that is not good to you. A recent survey revealed that Canadians tend to normalize racist thought, with 1 in 4 Canadians viewing prejudice against people with different tone as increasingly acceptable. That means at work, in a supermarket, on a bus, and everywhere you go, you're going to find a Canadian who's going to treat you based on your skin shade. Because they see you different, they think and they mean that you must be different and you have no brain. Think about that. Not good, right? This is what I know. If they ever known the practice of marriage, that we all know, everybody has been in marriage, you know, that the marriage institution has been reinforced for a long period of time. If the marriage institution is being imagined, this is what I can tell you. The other institution will be reviewed, including the racism institution that was being implemented long time ago. Let's hope that freedom will come. Let's hope that the Black Lives Matter will never be the same and stay the same forever. There shall be, there will be an answer. One day, one time. There's nothing that is unsurmountable. If we, and when I say we, I think about the 3 women in a prospect of where they couldn't go to the bathroom with all the whites, yet they declared and they put together the formula that could take them to the moon. I'm saying we one day shall come to the table where they think shall never be there and will never be there. It's just a matter of time. It's just a time. If gay and lesbians are getting their way through, that means black people will always and will always and ever get their way through. Think about this. Dark-skinned individuals are more likely to report mental health issues due to what? Discrimination. It's not feeling like it's okay. It's okay. Who cares anyway? Black people are inferior. Although they got to this continent before many others, those many others have gotten their forgiveness and pardon stated in a really good statement before the House state. But black people are yet to wait until who's gonna stand to say, I'm sorry for all that we did? Nobody. Nobody's gonna do that. Not for the Black Panthers. Not for anybody. Not for the fight for the dominion that was promised for land that was given and never cared for. However, it's important to understand that light-skinned individuals are not your enemy, but rather they are victims of a societal construct. It's something made. This is what I want to talk about. My name is Duncan, and this is Family Matter, and I'm talking about the African Canadian.
And because I'm kind of in the middle, that's why it's all really crazy.
All I can think of is just brainwashing. I mean, that's all I can think of. I've seen it on all levels of just being, for me, a light-skinned black person. I attend these balls, I don't know, I want to say where, but where it used to be predominantly high yellow, as this
High yellow,
high
yeah.
yellow, light skin, light bright, damn near white people. And
Damn near white, as in you think you're, in other words, there's a disdain for you because of the color of your skin and a presumption that you strut because you're not as black as some African-American people.
I mean, I wasn't going with that intentions, but I heard one of my friend's mother say, yes, honey, you're here to breed correctly. And of course, all these young, light-skinned gentlemen going to be doctors and lawyers, and I'm like, I'm not a horse. You know, like, I don't want to breed that way. You know, that brother right here, he's attractive. You know, like, I really don't care. Color issue is not a deal. You know, and I think that comes from very good nurturing. who your parents